Corporate Twitter accounts. I think a lot of us have been exposed to a corporate Twitter account at least one way, shape, or form online, whether it's something from 𝘵𝘰𝘊𝘰𝘳𝑰 or something from Wendy's, or like in the videos I've done in the past about the Funyuns and MoonPie Twitter accounts. And sometimes, often than not, whenever they try to hop onto a trend, they would tend to get something wrong with it, whether that's from sheer ignorance or a publicity stunt to get us into buying whatever product or service they have to offer. And no other brand or corporate Twitter account I could ever see in my life would be more apparent to this than the Google Play Twitter account. Literally everybody knows what Google Play is. It's basically the Android App Store. It's something I don't really need to discuss here. Everybody knows what it is. But the reason I'm bringing them up for today's video is because on April 27th, they had decided to release a thread called Sonic, but as you scroll, he gets older and older. Basically, this was the Google Play Twitter account's attempt to capitalize on the blank, but as you scroll, they get older and older trend. A pretty self-explanatory trend. Basically, it's somebody mentioning a person or character or series, and as the years go by, which they put into its own tweet as part of the thread, they evolve. So this was the Google Play Twitter account's attempt to hop onto that trend, but there is one major thing that is wrong with it. Pretty much every single tweet that they put into this thread is factually wrong in some way, shape, or form. It's almost kind of embarrassing how false this thread is, so much to the point that every single tweet that is in this thread has gotten a community note. If you don't know what a community note is basically whenever a tweet is so wrong or factually incorrect or misrepresented in any way, shape, or form, the Twitter community will get together and create an addendum that basically is like, hey, there's something wrong with this, and they'll put a bunch of sources in regards to what they're talking about, and it'll be put onto the bottom of the tweet. That is a community note, so it's literally ran by the Twitter community. So the fact that every single tweet that is in this thread has gotten something wrong with Sonic in any way is genuinely embarrassing to me. And I have a bit of a theory as to why this thread is so bad as it is, but I'll get into that a little bit later. For now, let's start with the first tweet that is in the thread. 1991 Sonic. The cover, rotund. Wait, what the f does rotund mean? The cover, rotund, husky, still fast as lightning. The actual game, 8-bit glory. With raising hands emoji.
Are you smelling the JPEG that I'm smelling?
Right off the get-go, I'm already very agitated because well, I don't even need to explain it. Yeah, Google Play, it's almost as if the one thing that was about the Sega Genesis that made it super popular back in the day was not the fact that it was 8-bit. Thank you very much. Now, to give the Google Play Store a little bit of legroom, there do exist versions of Sonic the Hedgehog that are officially released in 8-bit through the Sega Master System and through the Sega Game Gear. However, the original Sonic the Hedgehog game that started the franchise in the first place was 16-bit. Another thing that's wrong with the photo is the fact that Tails is there, who didn't appear in Sonic until Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and wouldn't be added in the Sonic 1 game until the 2013 Christian Whitehead mobile version of the game. And that is also mentioned in the community note here. This screenshot is from Sonic 1, the 2013 mobile game, because Tails can't be Sonic's partner in the original Genesis release. Okay, so the first tweet that's in this thread is already unhinged, so let's look to the next one. Oh no. 1993 Sonic. Okay, short king with clapping hands emoji. This is a photograph from Sonic Boom. What the f are you guys on about? Also, on top of that, the Sonic Boom model is actually the tallest model out of all the Sonic characters. This is actually cursed on so many levels. Oh my fucking god. I think what they meant to put a photo of here is a photo of Sonic CD, which the Sonic CD Sonic design is actually kind of the shortest out of all of them, so I see where they're coming from, but I believe there might be something going on to the point where they weren't allowed to use that photo or whatnot for some reason, so they decided to put the Sonic Boom photo instead. Here's what the community note had to say. This is Sonic as he appears in Sonic Boom, which released in 2014, not 1993. It is possible that Google Play have confused it for the game Sonic CD, which did release in 1993 and contains a song called Sonic Boom. Oh yeah, that song, which is also one of the top most iconic Sonic the Hedgehog songs in soundtrack history. At least I think. I know there's a lot of other ones like His World and Gotta Go Fast and Escape the City, but I do believe the Sonic Boom song is actually pretty popular in some way. Okay, so that tweet was garbage. Let's look through the next one. 1996 Sonic. Are those the mischief boots? Ah! Google, we need to fucking talk. I understand that you're trying to be hip and cool with the audience, but nobody has talked about the mischief boots in a long fucking time. So why are you all of a sudden deciding to bring it up now for your thread? And on top of that, I don't even need to look through the fucking community note. I can already tell that's movie Sonic! Before I discuss the community note, I should also probably mention that Google Play, those obviously are not the mischief boots, those f***ing Astro Boy looking ass shoes. What those are soap shoes. And if you don't know what soap shoes are a brand of shoes specifically made to help people grind on rails. This was a real brand from back in the day, and Sonic wore these shoes in the 2001 game Sonic Adventure 2, which I'm going to mention here because they don't go over 2001 in this thread, and would later be brought back in the 2022 game Sonic Frontiers. So, no Google Play, those are not f***ing mischief boots. The community note reads, "This is not how Sonic was depicted in 1996. This post instead uses the 2020 movie design of the character seen in the 2013 mobile game Sonic Dash. Sonic games released in 1996 include Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Blast, and Sonic Schoolhouse." And this is where a little theory of mine comes into play. What I think is going on here is that this is not Google Play's attempt to bring light to Sonic the Hedgehog and celebrate his evolutions because of the upcoming Sonic 3 movie and the Knuckles TV show that's available now on Paramount+. What I think is going on here is that this is Google Play's attempt to hop onto a trend to be able to get us into buying games that are on the Google Play Store. Think about it, the reason they showed the Sonic mobile version instead of the actual Sonic 1 game, which doesn't have Tails, is because this is the version that's on the Google Play Store. The reason they showed Sonic Boom instead of Sonic CD, which has the song Sonic Boom, is because some of the Sonic Boom games are available on the Google Play Store. The reason they show this fucking photograph of Sonic to mention 1996 is because Sonic Dash is once again on the Google Play Store. This is genuinely unhinged to me because I have never seen a brand show off this kind of level of nonsense to promote something, because I've actually seen brands that don't have certain games on their store or service but still celebrate that brand anyway because it's something respectful. Alright, next tweet. 2003 Sonic. Who needs running at the speed of light when you can hitchhike? Now, right off the get-go, this one doesn't look too bad at all because there are Sonic 3D games that appeared at this time. This is a decent model of Sonic from around this time. This looks like an okay photograph. This might be where this thread might be leaning into a good side, right? Right? No! This is from the promotional material for Sonic Jump, which was released in 2005, not 2003, and was later re-released in 2012. Sonic Heroes, Sonic Racing Karts, Sonic Battle, and Sonic Pinball Party, or as I like to refer to it, were all actually released in 2003. Now, I'm not going to harp on this one too much because this one is a few years after the date that they mentioned, so I'm just going to let this one slide, especially considering the fact that the model of Sonic used in games that did come out in 2003 is very similar to the ones in 2005, so I'm just going to move on from here. What the f*** is this? 2006 Sonic. Here goes 3D again. Yay! For fucking once, I would have been okay with you showing a photograph of Sonic 06. You did not, never, ever needed to show a 2017 mobile game that is available on the Google Play Store right now. Go download Google Play, go check out Google Play, go download it. I would have been perfectly fine with you beating the dead horse once again with Sonic 06. But no, instead, you had to use a mobile game that came out 11 years after the date that you mentioned in your tweet. I'm not even a fan of Sonic. I mean, I like the games and I like the character, but I don't consider myself a fan because I don't really play the games that much. But even then, this is starting to piss me off. You literally do not need to be a Sonic fan or a fan of the series in order to be against false advertising. That's all I'm gonna say. The community note reads, this image is from the 2017 mobile game Sonic Forces Mobile, also known as Sonic Forces Speed Battle. Sonic games released in 2006 include Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, Sonic Riders, and Sonic Rivals. By the way, I am checking all of the games that they do mention that came out in these years to see if they are available on the Google Play Store, and yeah, none of them are, so this already confirms my suspicion. 2018 Sonic weirdly looked like 90s Sonic. Retro! Alright, so they're starting to take a jab at Sonic Mania. But, here's the issue. Google Play, this was the only thing that came out in 2018. And it's from a game released in 2017. Here's what the community note has to read. The only Sonic the Hedgehog title that released in 2018 was Sonic Mania Plus. However, the image is actually a screenshot from the original 1991 game, or a port thereof, not Sonic Mania Plus. Furthermore, the base version of Sonic Mania Plus, Sonic Mania, released in 2017. The one fucking time they had a correct photograph for something they had mentioned and they used it for something in a later date in the thread. I've never seen that before. This is absurd levels of unhingedness. How in the does this even get past testing? How does this even get past any phase of being uploaded at all? Shouldn't the Google Play Store have some level of monitoring in order to let this thread go through? I'm still just baffled at how this gets through, let alone being posted by a golden checkmarked square profile picture Twitter account. Alright, here we go. So they're going to be talking about 2020 Sonic. This is a photo of the Sonic model from the Sonic movie. This has to be the one thing that is accurate, right? This has to be at least the one thing that they're able to fucking get right within this thread. After all, Google Play Movies is a thing, and the Sonic 1 movie is available on the Google Play Store. This has to be the one thing they're able to get right. This frame came from the second Sonic the Hedgehog film, which came out on 2022, not 2020. I'm genuinely baffled, actually shocked, flabbergasted even by this. Again, it's not something I want to harp on too much because much like with the 2003 Sonic they mentioned, it's from a photograph of a thing from a later date and the models look similar, so it's nothing I want to harp on too much. At least they didn't use the original 2019 Sonic model design, at least we got that. Alright, finally, the last photograph. Please let this one be right. 2022 Sonic. Just like us, he's healed from 2020 but isn't quite the same. Of course, a pandemic joke. This image comes from Sonic Prime Season 3, which came out in 2024. You couldn't even do Sonic Frontiers. You couldn't even do Sonic Frontiers, the one major game that came out for Sonic, and you can't even use that. And on top of that, what makes this photo even more horrendous is that if you look in the background, you could see that there are certain characters that they tried to edit out from this photograph. Some of them look to be missing parts, some of them look to be duplicated, and also you could see here from Big the Cat, they just absolutely obliterated the background. So what looks to me is that this photograph has been modified using artificial intelligence. Honestly, knowing how horrendous and whack this thread is, I'm actually not surprised that they decided to use an AI modified photo. And with that, that is the end of this god-awful Sonic the Hedgehog thread. But it looks like it doesn't even stop there because the f***ing replies are on the same level of unhingedness. Google Play, please help. That doesn't sound good. You could give us more details with what's going on. We'd like to help. Google Play, I'm having an issue with the app. I won't mow the lawn and my wife may leave me since I can't figure out how to by myself. That doesn't sound good, Gabriel. Could you share more details about what's going on? Google Play, I have a problem. Do you know what day it is? That doesn't sound good. Google Play, I'm having an issue with the app. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. Incorrect. I love the fact that the voice mod Twitter actually got involved with that. That's kind of based. Yeah, you could see what's kind of going on here with the replies to this. But yeah, final thoughts. Honestly, this is genuinely one of the worst Twitter threads I had ever seen in my life. The fact that every single tweet that is in this thread is factually incorrect. The fact that every single one of them has gotten a community note. It just shows that a lot of these accounts are just out of touch and don't really understand anything at all. Post-production update, and this is regarding 1 to 2 updates that I need to mention regarding this thread. One, this thread has actually been taken down not too long ago, so thankfully I recorded this all right before it got taken down, which I had a feeling it was going to. And the second thing I wanted to mention was that the official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account actually responded to this with just one brief question. What are you doing? It's honestly one of the funniest things that came out of this entire situation. But yeah, that's all I needed to update for this part. Let's continue with the video. I genuinely feel bad for whoever does run the Google Play account though, because there is somebody that monitors it. So I genuinely feel really bad for them, because I do believe that them seeing all of this ridiculousness and all of this discussion over this thread is just funny to see coming from a brand account. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this horrendous Sonic thread, and what are your thoughts on Sonic as a whole? What are your thoughts on the Google Play Store? Do you use Android or iOS? Just let me know all that in the comments below. And if you have anything else that you want to submit to me, you can submit them all via all the social media links that you'll see on screen right now in the description below. And if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new, the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that way you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. Anyways, with all that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.